In this video series, we're talking about the internal assessment for the IB Math Applications and Interpretation course. One of the things that I want to talk about right now is choosing your IA topic. So I believe, in my opinion, that this is by far the hardest thing to do, is to actually pick your topic. Once you have your topic, then following the math and just follow basically the deadlines that are assigned by your teacher, producing the paper is not going to be that difficult. But every single student has to have their own individual IA topic. And so I believe that that becomes a little bit challenging. Also, sometimes you have an idea in your mind, but the data is not available. You need to find out if you are allowed to generate your own data, or if you have to just stick to data that is readily available from an online site, like a database, like a government database, okay? So these are all questions that go into choosing an IA topic. In the past, I've had students, for example, who want to look into red light cameras, those cameras that are in intersections, and to try to see if that basically diminishes or doesn't help with accidents. So it's become hard for them because they can't necessarily find the data. In other cases, I've had other students look into theme parks, and so they really were not able to generate enough information on enough theme parks, and they were not able to do that topic. But at the end of the day, you need to choose a topic that you really are genuinely interested in. Don't just find data on some type of disease like heart disease if you could care less about it, okay? Because your paper is not going to be as good of a paper. And the whole idea behind this internal assessment is that you demonstrate your skills and knowledge of the mathematics that you've learned in the course, and you apply it to a topic of your choice. So it actually should be very interesting. And I have had students do papers on zodiac signs. I've had them do papers on even K-pop. Okay, there's a student of mine who really loved K-pop. And so you want to find a topic that speaks to you. One of the activities that I have my students do is a brainstorming activity. I ask them to just take out a sheet of paper and start writing down what sports do you play? Do your parents play a sport? Are they athletic? Are they not athletic? What clubs and organizations are you in? Are you in dance? Are you in gymnastics? Are you in equestrian? Like, what is it that you basically like? What is your birth order? Are you the firstborn? Are you an only child? Do you have a lot of siblings? Do your parents have a lot of siblings? Are your parents married? Are they divorced? Are they separated? What are some of the health concerns that affect your family or people that you know, or even you? It could be heart disease. It could be mental health. It could be depression. It could be anorexia, bulimia. It could be any of those disorders. It could be breast cancer. It could be thyroid cancer. There's so many different things that are afflicting people. Now, you will see when you go through the video series and you go through the criteria that one of them is called personal engagement. And personal engagement is not just personal interest. You can't just say that you're conducting a paper on the altitude of different cities across the United States and the amount of people in that city that suffer from asthma, okay, to see if there's a relationship between the two. And you basically just say, well, my little brother has asthma, and so I'm interested in this topic, and you leave it at that. It's more than just that, but it does really help for you to choose a topic around something that genuinely interests you. So that is by far my biggest advice. And then what I want to share with you right now is candid advice from my own students. After my students concluded their IA process, I asked them to give advice to other students. And what I'm going to share with you is their candid responses. I have not edited them. I haven't deleted them. This is generally what they said. And so hopefully this will speak to you and it'll help you. Government databases are so helpful even if they don't like politics. Choose a topic that really interests you so that the whole process is fun. I will tell them to try to avoid as much calculation as possible, getting their numbers straight from the internet. Advice for underclassmen: save it. Save every 5 minutes. If you don't remember the last time you saved it, save it again. Microsoft Word hates all IB kids and wants to see us suffer. Please don't repeat my mistake. Save, save, save. Obviously, the student had an issue saving their paper, lost their paper, and had to start from scratch. So you can feel their pain in this piece of advice. If you do everything that your teacher asks you to do, the IA experience will go extremely smooth. Choose something you want to do, not what you think IB will like. It will make the process so much better. It can be stressful, however, your teacher helps and you'll be very relieved once you get it out of the way. The IA consists of a lot of number crunching, therefore starting earlier will make the process a lot smoother since you can make calculations more thoroughly and less rushed. When picking your IA topic, I would pick something that you are highly interested in because I believe the hardest points are the personal engagement points. I would suggest they make an outline of what they want to say in their conclusion so that they touch on all the points they need to say, what they discovered, what could be limiting, how that data can be used, and how can they apply it to a bigger spectrum. Tip: use Excel religiously. Make sure to ask questions about calculations to know exactly what you are doing and that you are doing them correctly, so you don't have to redo them all over again. Everything. Be organized. If you mess up on one step and don't know what it's supposed to represent, then you're wasting time because you'll probably have to start over. Also, Excel is your friend. I cannot stress enough how much of a difference picking a topic I was genuinely interested in made for my writing process. Yes, it took a bit more work to get my teacher to let me write about K-pop and make it truly math-focused and analytical, but I enjoyed every minute of writing it. Totally worth it. So yes, this is the student that I told you that actually did their paper on K-pop. Stress the idea that they should look at the data before they choose a topic, emphasizing the importance of investigating subtopics within the topic for more variation and freedom in the math. Detailed notes and pay close attention to all of the statistics lessons so that doing the IA is a breeze. Also, start brainstorming for topic ideas from the start. Think of the things that are happening around you. Look at the news, social media, etc. That's a great one, actually. Turn on the news. Find out what is happening locally, globally, nationally. Okay, look at social media. What are some of the things that are trending? They should have a plan of the math they are comfortable doing and find a topic that revolves around that math that has data. So that's also a really good piece of advice. If you are good with correlation or hypothesis testing, perhaps you want to find out more about each of those mathematical processes, so then you can choose a topic that fits what you're trying to demonstrate mastery of. My advice: make sure the data you're using is not of a longitudinal study. That means a study over time. There are some students who are trying to establish a relationship between two variables, but instead they were just looking at it over time. This is not a historical paper. You're trying to actually apply mathematics. Excel makes life easier. Take it little by little. It seems daunting to write a math paper, but it's not that bad. So I think that's actually a great piece of advice to kind of finalize this video. Take it little by little. Okay, it's gonna be fine. Again, choose a topic of your interest. That is by far the common theme here in the advice from the students, the advice from me. It is gonna make such a difference in your writing. Good luck.